Hey everyone! Today, we're going to dive into a concept that's absolutely fundamental to Linux, users and groups. And to make it all click, we're going to imagine we're running a company, a really well-organized office.
So you gotta wonder, right? How can a single computer be used by tons of different people and even automated services all at the same time? How does it keep all their stuff separate and safe? More importantly, how does it stop one person from accidentally, burning the whole place down? Well, the answer is this really elegant system of users and groups.
Okay, so first things first, let's meet the people in our office. In Linux, any person or service using the system is what we call a user. You can think of each user account as an employee. They get their own ID badge, and they get their own desk space, which in the Linux world is their home folder. But just like in any company, not all employees are created equal.
At the very top, we have the root user. This is the CEO, the boss, the super admin. Root has the master key to every single room in the building. It can do literally anything: install software, change critical system files, even delete everything. This account has ultimate power, so you've got to be super careful when you use it.
Then we have our regular users. These are all the employees doing the day-to-day work. When you create an account for someone to use, this is what you're making. They have access to do their job in their own space, but their permissions are limited on purpose. And this is a huge safety feature. It means one employee can't just wander into the server room and unplug the whole company. And finally, there's a third type, system users. Now, these aren't people at all. Think of them as the automated services running the office, the security system, the email server, the HVAC. They're special, non-human accounts that just run in the background doing one specific job. You never log in as one, but the system couldn't run without them. So let's just recap that real quick. It's a pretty clear structure, right? You've got the CEO, our root user, with complete control. You have the employees, our regular users, who have safe, limited access to do their jobs. And you have the automated services, the system users, quietly keeping everything running behind the scenes. Simple, but super effective.
Okay, so we've met all our employees. But how do we organize them? I mean, you wouldn't give every single person individual keys to the accounting office, would you? Of course not. You'd create an accounting department. And that, right there, is exactly what groups are for in Linux. A group is really just what it sounds like. It's a collection of users, and its main purpose is to make your life easier. It's all about efficiency. Instead of going to every single user one by one to give them permissions, you just give the permissions to the group, and bam, everyone in that group gets them automatically. And the cool part is you can make these groups for whatever you need. You could have a developers group that gets access to all the project code, or an accounting group for the finance spreadsheets. Maybe a students group for a class project, or a marketing group for brand assets. You get to define the departments that your company needs. So, what's the big payoff here? Why is this such a big deal? Well, let me tell you. If you're managing a system, groups are about to become your absolute best friend. And this slide just says it all. Look at the left side, the world without groups. It's a total nightmare. You have to manually set permissions for Alice, then for Bob, then for Carol. It's tedious, and it's so easy to make a mistake. But now look at the right, the world with groups. You just make a developers group, set the permissions for that group one time, and you're done. When Dave joins the team, you just add him to the group. He instantly gets all the access he needs. It's a game changer. And there it is. That's the whole structure, our whole organized company. The CEO is the root user, the employees are the regular users, and the departments are the groups that keep everyone organized and working together securely. It's a simple idea, but it's incredibly powerful. All right, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty. I'm going to show you a few basic commands so you can actually see this stuff in action on your own system. Think of this as your toolkit for looking up people in the company directory. First up, the simplest command in the book, who am I? You just type that in, hit enter, and it tells you which user you're currently logged in as. It's pretty much the digital version of looking down at your own name badge. Now, if you want the full story, not just your name, you use the ID command. This is like pulling up your complete employee file. It'll show your unique user ID number, your main department or primary group, and then a list of all the other groups you're a part of. And hey, what if you don't need all that extra info? You just want a quick list of the departments you're in. Well, there's a command for that too, groups. It just spits out a clean, simple list of all the groups your user is in. Super fast, super easy. You know, when you boil it all down, this is really the key takeaway. This whole system of users and groups isn't just some random feature. It is the absolute foundation of security and access control in Linux. It's what makes it possible to manage a massive server with hundreds of users just as easily as you manage your own laptop. It's all about that efficiency.
So, to leave you with something to think about, let's put you in the driver's seat. Imagine you're the admin and you just hired a brand new team of graphic designers. What are you going to name their group? What folders and files do they need access to? Just thinking through that little puzzle is the first step to really mastering organization in Linux. Thanks for tuning in.